The support class in Paladins has some of the most broken champions in the game. Yet, you see many support mains getting stuck on Seris as their champion. The reasons include her being free, because Janos and Seris are the only two free champions. In comparison, Seris is much, 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 much better. Second reason is the gold cost of this support class is 60k for Lilith, Ray, Io, even Corvus, and even the worst support in the game right now, which is Furia, I think. They cost 60,000 gold. That's a lot of playtime to get that gold. Then you have the problem with aim. So it doesn't matter if you're on controller, which is, aim assist is gonna want to aim at enemies and deployables or something like shields. This is the case for Ying and Maldamba, and even on keyboard and mouse, the ability to aim is lost on support mains, honestly, so it's kind of rare to find a good Ying or a good Maldamba in ranked. Now, what about a 15k champion like Grover? Well, I'll show you the skill issue for players. I just want to play the game. I don't want to click on champions in the main menu. I don't want to click on my champion. I don't want to click on loadouts. I don't want to change the default loadout that doesn't help me play the game. I don't want to help my team, I'm not going to use the Vine Tech. Instead, I'm just going to have a very bad card that does nothing. So maybe I'm just a new player and don't know what the Vine Tech is. I don't want to click on cards and read their effects. I don't want to go through the process of clicking on import, writing down the name of a streamer or a grandmaster or a really good player or one of my friends to get their loadouts. I don't want to go through all of this. I just want to play the game. So this is the number one issue. Players do not wish to go into their loadouts and make them in order to play the game. That's why Grover, for a new player, feels so bad and weak compared to Seris. While in truth, he is the best support in the game, almost equaled, or sometimes, debated that Ying is just a little bit better than him. But in my opinion, he's still the GOAT, the best support in the game. So, loadouts and cost. That's the two main reasons. And the third one is aim. Seris is a snipe healer. You have almost infinite range. Do not waste 1800 credits to buy Chronos as Seris, because her cooldown is so short anyways and you get stuck in a channel animation of 1.5 seconds before the cooldown starts, and then you can cast the next one. Okay, so let's talk about anti-healing, which is, if you open the scoreboard, you can notice this number right here. This Leon. Only 16? Sometimes 17? Well, that's because anti-heal right now is 90%. It's very simple, really. If the health bar of an ally is cyan, blue, then they're not affected. If it's greenish, yellowish, then they are affected. With Ceres, there's no skill shot in waiting for the ally to, get themselves out of cauterize or anti-healing. You just hold the button and pray that some of your healing tips do happen while the ally is not affected by anti-heal or cauterize, because it's a channeled healing and overtime healing. Meanwhile, for example, on Grover, you would wait to time your healing, like for example right now, because it was not affected. And you could do, do bursts of healing with the Vine and Blossom. Not possible with Ceres. Now, some things you need to know about Ceres: you can reactivate her ult mid-air while it's flying to, make people fall off the map, or, for example. Now, here's just an example. You can pull all of these victors together like this. And one more thing, her attack is area damage, so it has a radius where it explodes and affects everyone. So if you ult and then shoot whoever gets ulted, you can stun them again, which really sometimes ends a fight. Sometimes you just get an important elimination, and that's a key thing to do on Ceres. Unfortunately, sites like Paladin's Guru have guides telling you to use Mortal Reach, one of her worst talents, honestly, where you can now use Restore Soul during Shadow Travel, and Shadow Travel lasts 1 second longer, allowing you, if you buy Chronos 3 and play a Brain Dead loadout like this one, to completely remain AFK for almost the entire match, where you are vulnerable exactly for the time to kill, which is the amount of time people need to just eliminate you anyways. It's kind of a useless talent. It's a joke talent. It's a playstyle that just does not work unless you're in super low elo. So let's just show you that. I already have Chronos 3 like a robot, and I'm just gonna go into Shadow Travel and hold the heal button, and as soon as Shadow Travel ends, 2 seconds, and then I can go AFK again. Let's see, as soon as it ends, 2 seconds again. Sometimes it's 2.5 seconds. So, anyways, this is the playstyle of remaining AFK. You can be dancing around while you're doing this, jumping around, but there's two problems. One, this line, this visual effect, is visible to enemies, so they can know exactly where you are going, track you down, and maybe stun you, maybe just eliminate you, because this, like, you're invincible now, but there are 2 seconds when you're not. Plus, you need to be healing someone. Plus, you're Seris. Your heals don't matter whatsoever in the late game. To the extent you can just be ignored and your team can be eliminated right in front of your face. So this is a playstyle which just does not have a place in an actual Paladins match with real players. So let me tell you why you should always be running Soul Collector. So instead of hiding from your flankers, just beat them yourself. Just eliminate them yourself. Win 1v1s against them and, get some help from your team and also win all the time. You just become so much harder to eliminate because of that increased damage and increased health. And with the help of Umbral Gate, which I'm just going to showcase, basically you become so much faster. Let me just walk around. This is the normal walking speed. Let me do it in third person. So this is the normal walking speed. And then if I hit anyone, I'm now suddenly much, much faster. Let's let it expire, and I'm now slower. And then again, so basically as soon as you hit anything and you have this number over Ren Soul, this 1, show up, you're much, much faster. So this is movement speed allows you to just ego into the Zen and just stun him and then finish him off yourself. The more stacks you have, which is showcased on the health bar, right now there are 4, the easier it's gonna be for you to win that fight because of the increased damage and the increased base health. For the loadout, the reason I run Revenant 5 is basically this increases the base health to 2450, and if you do have 12 stacks, that makes your health 2978. Now this is also increased by veteran, so let's just buy level 1, 3156, level 2, 3335, and level 3, 3514. By the way, this is right now more than Barrack's base health, so now you're officially a tank. A tank that can run whenever they want because you have Veil 4. Let me show you this card. This, at 4 or 5 points, makes it almost instantaneous that you enter Shadow Travel and thus cannot be harmed anymore. You can retreat to a better position, regroup with your allies, and thus survive and keep your stacks. So that's one thing. Second thing is Spirit Leech. Just 1 point on this card gives you 6 ammo over the course of 1 heal. So let me just go back to first person. Try that again. And then let me just spend the ammo. Okay, so almost empty. 1 heal from 2 ammo all the way to 4. So that was 6 ammo. Really, really good. Really, really good value. So just 1 point gives you 6 ammo. That's more than 1 stun ammo. This keeps you in the fight, keeps you doing things, and 1 point is more than enough. You don't really need more. Now, one thing, some players prefer to have Revenant at 4 and Umbral Gate at 5 because this extra 8% is just really great. And also, don't forget that one of her best items is Nimble. So how does it look like when you have a stack and are walking around with Nimble 3? Let's just go back to third person. Let's get a stack. So yeah, you're actually zooming around the map. This is really, really much faster than, you know, when you don't have it. Now, Agony isn't played because of the wrong description about it, and this is what you would go for if you're trying to set a world record with some friends, where you would reach 400,000, 500,000 healing. So, how does it work? It's really simple. You give Rejuvenate based on the number of stacks that you detonate with Rend Soul for 10 seconds. And this is not for your one next Restore Soul, okay? So let me just show you that real quick. If I get 5 stacks like this and detonate them, now I heal for 206, 207 instead of just 165. And this lasts for 10 seconds after I've used Rend Soul. So it just expired right now. Now it's back to the base kit 165. Okay, so let's just look at some of her weird cards that you should never be running. Specifically, compare Umbral Gate with Bane. Umbral Gate, as soon as you land one projectile on an enemy, you instantly gain that 40% speed for as long as any enemy is marked with a soul orb. So even after you detonate, immediately just hit one target and this is active again. Meanwhile, Bane, the way it works is, after you use Rend Soul, you increase your movement speed for each stack by 5%. So realistically, for 4 hits, which is a stun, this is an increase of 20% only. So half of this. And it only lasts for 4 seconds. But there is also a maximum. So it's not even 20%. It's a maximum of 15%. So only 3 shots will count. Why would you ever do that? Why would you ever want this? Okay? So that's one thing. You never want to run this card because the cooldown of your stun is 7 seconds too, so this is not active all the time like Umbral Gate. Because all this requires is just one hit with your projectile. That's it. That's all you need to do, and then suddenly you're much, much faster. Never, ever, ever, ever run Bane. It's just that bad. Next one is Dark Sight. After you rent soul, each and every soul charge you detonate gives you ammo. So realistically speaking, 1 point, if you stun someone, you need 4 stacks, that's 4 ammo. It's still very bad because basically you do not need that much ammo on Seris. Spirit Leech, just 1 point gives you 6 ammo. 6 ammo, okay? There are many times in a match, even as damage Seris, where you're gonna be healing your allies. Because that's the best thing to be doing in your current position while you're repositioning, while you're waiting for your team to come back from spawn. So many cases. So just use this instead, okay? And the maximum you should be running this, if you're running it, is 1 point only. Next up is Nether Siphon. Um, just use the other one, Blood Pact. Why? Let's just put them next to each other and talk about it. Basically, as long as you're healing someone, you are getting, the effect of Blood Pact. Even if you were running Mortal Reach and staying AFK, this gives you more value than this one. Just It's just a joke card, honestly. And every time I see a Series that's running only this, I just know it in my heart. I'm just gonna have to babysit the Series so they take 0 damage the entire match so that we actually keep a healer going on. It's just a sad card to see, especially that Shadow Travel is not up as often as Restore Soul. So please, just run this card instead. Always have Blood Pact at least at 1 point in every Ceres loadout. So in this casual match, I'm gonna showcase the best way to be playing Ceres, which is just damage flank Ceres. You do still heal your team, by the way. You're not that selfish that you'd never press that button. But your key focus is to disrupt the enemy backline as much as possible, stun people as much as possible, be tanky, be annoying, survive, peel for your teammates, heal them when they need, and use your ult. Unfortunately, my ults in this game were very bad because I've never ulted mid-air. This was before I discovered that you can reactivate the ult again. in midair to avoid the Nando shield, the walls on Bazaar stopping the ult. So many things you can do just by detonating the ult midair. So enjoy this match and thank you for watching.
Be careful. Conflict is unavoidable. Extra for that. Conflict is unavoidable. Prove your devotion.
Together, we are strong. Flash out.
Help me. Please forget my faith is rewarded. Your duty continues. Where there's a will.
Got it.
Into the abyss. Please forget me. I still have a part to play. Prove your devotion. Where there's a will, blessings follow.
Stop the payload!
Flash out.
Your duty continues.
No time. Not yet, amigo. We are strong.
Shy over here!
Be careful.
Let's take much more of this.
I'll make them hurt extra for that.
Your devotion into the abyss.
Feeling slightly.
Save your life.
Stand behind me. A little time. Not yet, amigo. Flash out.
My goodness. Another feeling spree.
Wait,
Time to take charge. 30 seconds remaining.
Fish dealers. Let me have my fun.
prove your devotion.
Demand blood.
15 seconds remaining. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take care of my books.
Your duty continues. Where there's a will. There. Return to the abyss.